So hey, thanks for clicking on the video. I was really happy to hear that we have the opportunity to use the full pay version of Nearpod for free. I think your students will absolutely love it. I think your parents will be impressed. And I think you'll fall in love with it too, and you'll never want to teach without it again. But please don't be intimidated by learning another new tool. This one is very worthwhile and it's very easy to get started. So I want to show you the easiest possible way to get started today with Nearpod. So what you're going to do is come over here to the Nearpod lesson library on the menu on the left hand side, and all you have to do is click. Now there are some suggested content for you. That's what this busyness on the screen is. It is divided into categories, but you can go searching through if you like, but I recommend just coming up here to the search box. And let's just say, for example, you're going to teach the life cycle. So I'll search those keywords, and we'll see what's already available. If you look here, there is a grade recommendations on the screen. This one, kindergarten and pre-K is recommended. But maybe I'm a second grade teacher. I want something that might be a little more challenging. So I'm going to come up here and choose this presentation, Life Cycle of a Frog. Now when I hover over top of it, you'll notice down here in the corner it says Preview Lesson. I suggest you just take a look at it first. So if you click on it, you have the ability to browse through each of the pre-created slides. I love how they use the language learning targets. Maybe this is a Cobb County teacher. So as we move through, you'll notice the person that created this did an excellent job with the graphics. And the very first slide they've incorporated is a poll. This is different than a graded quiz question. It's just a chance for them to share their knowledge, kind of spark some thought for them later in the lesson. So the student would see the screen that looks just like this. They could even click on that picture and enlarge it, and they'd have a chance to vote. And you would see each student's vote when they turn in the presentation. In fact, you'll see the whole class's votes in every bit of activity they complete during your Nearpod when it's all finished. I'll show you how to do that later. So after they vote, they would submit it and then click through or read through the slides. You also have the ability to add your voice over top. So if you have students you know have difficulty reading, or maybe they won't receive the most help at home, you could record your voice reading each and every slide, a lot like mine. I know, a scary thought, right? I'm going to press on forward and we'll see what other slides. Here we go. Now we have a short answer question. That's an option. You can add that to any Nearpod presentation. So far we've seen a poll, we've seen a short answer question where the students would type their answer, then submit it. You'd see that also in the report. Also, you have the ability to add a drawing slide, which is what you're seeing right here. So this is really fun for the students. They can choose a drawing tool from down below, and I think it will let me do a little drawing here. I'll get out my arrows, and they can make that at the top go away, and they can draw each part of the frog's life cycle. And then you'll actually be able to see everybody's little drawings as they move through. There are a lot more slides you can add. You can add virtual field trips. You see they've inserted a sway already into this PowerPoint, which may be fun for your students to see. You can insert 3D models. You can insert vocabulary. I'll show you how to use some of those tools in a moment. In fact, maybe I'll show you how to use some of those tools in another video. This one's getting kind of long. Here we have a fill in the blank activity. After they filled in all the blanks, they could submit it. And they wrap this one up. So this one's a pretty brief presentation. So if you like that and you wanted to share that lesson with your students, you'd simply come to the bottom and click Add to My Library. Okay, after it's added, you'll see there's a button that says Show in My Library. You could click there, or you could just come up here to the house. That's always your library too. Now, Your newest slide will appear at the beginning. All you have to do is hover over it. And if you are ready to give your lesson to your students, you can go ahead and choose either live lesson or student-paced lesson. For home instruction, student-paced is probably best. That gives them the ability to complete it during a flexible time frame that you provide for them. Basically, they could do it today, or they could do it a week from now, depending on when you tell them you're going to collect the results. Live lesson would depend on you starting the lesson and having all of your students start it at the exact same time, and then you would end it for everybody at the exact same time. So I don't recommend that for the home instruction. So you would simply click student-paced, and then it provides a code. That's all you need to share with your students, along with some basic information like, for example, they can go to the App Store and download the Nearpod app for free, whether it's Google Play or the Apple Store. They both have it. It works fantastic. Students also have the ability to just Google Nearpod. You want to provide the web address for the login, and they can simply enter the code and get started. Last thing you're probably wondering about is, how do I see their work? You have the ability to see reports. The reports are excellent. It shows you every question from every one of your students. So to see the report, you'll just come over here to the menu on the left. You may need to scroll down and find reports. And what you'll see is the lesson here. Then you can, for example, let's look at one of my Dust Bowl lessons we did earlier in the year. And these are the sessions. You would have one session, I believe, if it was self-paced. And if you were to click on the report, this is just a sample of what you might find. You can download it, which I recommend, into, I believe it makes an Excel file where you can look through it, or you can choose a PDF. Let me show you what a PDF looks like. Let's go with student view. You can try session view also. So you can choose a particular student if you like and just download their report. Or if you want to see how your whole class does in one report, just choose session view, pardon me. Just open it up to give you a sneak preview. And this is the nice tidy report it will give you when you're finished. You see all of their short answers. If they had a drawing slide, I don't believe this lesson had a drawing slide. If it did, you would see all of their pictures, all of their poll results, etc. So it's a nice tidy report if you are ever required to do any grading, or if you just want to check progress.